Mr. Dallas Jakobi, welcome to the show, man. Thanks very much for your time. I'm sure you've got a busy schedule at the moment, but thanks for your time and welcome, man.
Awesome, good to be here.
Thank you, man. Dallas, I guess the burning question for everyone is you're coming back from retirement. It's been a long time since we last saw you in action. So why don't you just talk us through exactly how this came about? What inspired the move to return to competition, and just give us a little detail from your side, exactly what went down.
Just been obviously I've still been involved with the coaching and the training of fighters, and just like this birthday. I took a break a while ago. We had my son, and I'm just training hard. I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I should be competing, and I'm need to climb back in there.
And how did the conversation go from where you were? Obviously, you're still involved with the gym and stuff. Did you call up Graham and say, look, I want to get back into action? Who have you got for me? Did you speak to your fellow teammates and coaches and kind of come to a decision, or was it very spur of the moment?
Well, I was chatting to Rod, who helps me with the coaching and that kind of thing, and I said to him, well, he's been keen for a while, so I said, well, let's put the feelers out, ask Graham what he thinks, and they came back with someone, and I think it's a good fight, so I think it's going to be fun.
Cool. And did you have an opponent in mind, or was Gordon Rootman just who they threw out and you accepted from there?
No, but I didn't have anyone in mind. I've been out of the game for a while. Like, it was just, I think it'll be a good fight. So yeah, we took it.
100%. Obviously, you haven't been completely out of action, like you say. You're involved with it's KO Fighting Fitness in Ballito, am I correct?
Yeah.
You're coaching. You guys have got a growing team. Amanda Lino, Martin De Beer, to name a few. There's a lot of guys and girls coming out of your guys' camp. So you're active in the scene and you see what's going on. So how different is that now? And I mean, obviously, guys will look and say, look, this is a guy that's been out of action for 5 years. But do you think this sort of time has given you a fresh look on MMA? Time to practice new things, put new things into a game plan. Obviously it's been a long time. So what has changed for you, and how different is it now getting ready for a fight as opposed to 5 years ago?
I think for me it's definitely a lot more different. Like, I feel the coaching has given me just a little bit of new insight into everything, and I see it differently, and nothing helps learn better than teaching it now. And I feel I'm a different fighter because of it, and I'm excited to show everyone what I got.
Okay. And you've obviously been training a lot. I mean, you're a guy who's always physically in good shape. Is the body responding any differently, or is it still feeling young and fresh?
I'm not gonna lie, I do. You hurt a little bit more, and it takes a little bit longer to heal. But I still got what I need. So yeah.
Well, still some miles left on that body of yours.
That's it, buddy. That's it.
So another question I want to ask is this kind of like, are you looking to kind of have a prolonged sort of a second crack at the career here, or just one or two fights, see how it goes, and take it from there?
I'm just taking it as it comes for now, but I don't wanna. I mean, I've signed my contract with the UFC for this fight, and then obviously I'll contract to them for more. But yeah, let's see how this one goes and go from there.
Okay. And So it's been quite a bit of a long layoff, and there's obviously been a couple of new fans to the sport, to the EFC. So much has changed. Obviously with the SABC deal and reaching those numbers, with it being available to so many people on such a huge free platform, there might have been a few new fans that might not know too much about Dallas Jakobi. So just give us a bit of insight on what we could expect from you and what you expect from your fight with Gordon Reutemann.
Just for the guys that don't know me, I'm one of the guys that I'm gonna stand there, I'm gonna bang, and I don't give up. So I'm one of those guys. My heart's bigger than what it's supposed to be, and you're gonna expect a hell of a fight, so I'm not.
100%. And the Dallas Jakobi of old was renowned for vicious head kicks and vicious ground and pound. Is that something you'd still be looking to implement, and a trait that we could expect to see?
Yeah, that's still in there. That's still there, but you can expect a little bit more as well. A little bit tidier, but a bit of controlled violence.
100%. That's what I just want to do next is just go back in time. I mean, you're one of those guys who fought as a professional outside of the EFC, and there's not too many of you guys left around, so it's always nice to hear your stories. So if you can, take us through the details of your first professional fight. I think you fought in Fight Force as a professional before, is it correct? What was that like? And then we want to look at what do you think it's going to be like compared to fighting on the EFC stage now?
Back I started, there was still before amateurs. We didn't have amateur tournaments back then. I think my first two fights were in a boxing ring. Not in the cage, so you must know I'm going to go ground and fix his head out to put up the game. So different rules, totally different. I don't even think weight divisions were that important back then. But I was climbing back in the cage, and the professionalism EFC to do with safety for the fights is tops. So yeah, I'm excited to get back in there and have a bang.
100%. And what's the vibe like at KO Fighting Fitness at the moment? Obviously now there's a coach who's got to get ready for a fight. How different is it, and what's the atmosphere like in the gym?
Oh, but it's electric. We got 4 of us prepping at the moment. 2 for amateur fights and then 2 pro fights. So we all doing camp at the same time. So it's just everyone's in there every night working hard, sweating. It's a good vibe.
Good stuff. And Durban's obviously it's a strange thing for me, because it's in my opinion, and a lot of guys' opinions, is that Durban was kind of like the birthplace of MMA in South Africa. There was so many good fighters have come out of Durban, so many big names originate from Durban, a lot of MMA initiated in Durban on the pro scene, and then it kind of moved away, but there's obviously still a lot of fighters that are based there. What would you say has created that MMA atmosphere in Durban and such renowned tough fighters and a long history of MMA? What would you put it down to?
Oh, but I can't even tell you. I don't know. Chilled, I don't know. Ocean, something, something in the water. Yeah, but yeah. We produced some nice names. We've got to produce some good names, and I think that fight's just in here.
It's not something that they pour in the brandy there.
It could be.
And what I want to ask you is, obviously, I want to take a look at your fight. What do you make of Gordon Reutemann as an opponent? Obviously, we know what he brings to the party. We know what you bring to the party. What do you think of him as an opponent, and where do you think you'll find places where you can exploit him?
Reutemann's a dangerous. He is. He's someone that you have to respect. You have to respect his hands. He's got very heavy hands. It's going to be what's getting past those hands and getting to where I want to fight, and that's going to be my challenge. So So yeah, getting in there, either getting to ground or getting where I want to be. But yeah, it's definitely something that you need to respect the power, you need to respect those hands. But yeah, I think it's a good fight here coming, and I'm excited for it. I think it's something that'll really do well with the fan as well.
Yeah, and it's a fan-friendly fight. I know it's two guys are going to come forward with aggression, and both are going to really look for the finish. I don't see it a fight with two guys that are going to look to get a decision at the end of the day, and it's going to be a great fight on a great card. And really look forward to it, and I encourage any fans that haven't seen you fight before. You've got a long history in the UFC. You fought almost everybody that's anybody from that era, and we look forward to seeing you back in there, man. And thanks again so much for your time, and we appreciate it, and good luck with the rest of your camp. And if you have any last messages for fans or for Mr. Ridman himself, you can let us go right now.
Awesome, guys. Just saying, come out and watch, and expect a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new, and let's see what happens.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dallas. Have a great evening, man, and we'll see you in Pretoria when you get there.
Sweet, let's do it.
Thanks, buddy. Ciao.
Ciao.